and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be making no-bake layered cheesecake bars. Now these are so quick and easy to make and they're absolutely delicious. The layers we're going to be making today are Biscoff and Nutella. These are some of the most popular spreads and they're some of my favourite spreads as well, and they taste amazing together. So let's begin. So the first thing you're going to do is crush your biscuits for the base. So I'm using Lotus Biscoff biscuits today, but any biscuit will work. You will just have to change the butter ratio slightly. For example, digestive biscuits are a lot drier, so you're going to need more butter. I'll put all the measurements for this in the description below. So you're going to add them to your food processor. If you don't have a food processor, you can always use a bag and rolling pin. Ta-da! That is very full. And now we're going to blitz these to a fine crumb. Okay, perfect. So now there's no large lumps of biscuits left. I'm gonna add my butter. So I'm using salted butter today, but you can use unsalted as well. Usually I would tip the biscuits into a bowl and then I would add the butter and mix it that way, but I'm actually gonna add it to the food processor today because for once, all my biscuits fit into my food processor. So in goes the melted butter. And then lid back on, and again, you're just gonna mix this until it's fully combined. Okay, amazing. So that should look like a wet sand now. Also, I forgot to do one step, which was take out a couple of tablespoons of your dry biscuits, as that's what you're gonna sprinkle on top. So I actually have some set aside already, so I'm just gonna go grab those, and that's just for your topping. It's not essential, but it just makes it look nicer. So here are some biscuits that I crushed up earlier, and these are literally just the dried Biscoff biscuits that you would have taken out before you put the butter in. Okay, so next step, we're gonna line our tin. So if you regularly watch my videos, you'll know exactly how I line my tins, but if you're new here, I'll give you all my tips and tricks on how to line your tin. So I always use Bacco foil non-stick baking paper because it's really nice and thick. So you pull it over your tin, and then place it over, and then grab a tin of the same size, and you're just gonna press it in. So you should have this little overhang around the edge, and then you're just gonna fold that around the tin so it sits really nice and snug. And then when you remove it, it should look like that, and that shouldn't move from there. So now we're gonna pour in our base. So just start to scoop that in. Forgot to say, this is an 8-inch tin, by the way. And now you're just gonna spread that out evenly, and then we're gonna press it down to make sure it's nice and compact. Okay, perfect. So now that's level and fully pushed down. I'm gonna set it aside. You can actually put it in the fridge while we make the filling. For the filling, your two main ingredients are full fat cream cheese. Make sure you use a good one like Philadelphia because it's nice and thick, and some of the other ones, like some of these supermarket own brand ones, can be a bit watery and they don't set as well. And icing sugar or powdered sugar if you're in the US. So I'm gonna add this to our bowl, and then our icing sugar. And grab your electric mixer. You can do this by hand, but I definitely prefer using an electric mixer. It just makes it a lot easier and a lot quicker. So whisk these until they're just combined, but don't over mix because that'll make it runny. Okay, perfect. So that should be really nice and smooth. Now we're gonna separate it and add our flavorings. So now you need another big bowl, and we're gonna split this mixture in half. So you can weigh it or you can just eyeball it. That's totally up to you. So today I am going to eyeball it. But if you do wanna weigh it, it's about 350 grams. Okay, perfect. Now I'm gonna add our spread. So this half is gonna be Biscoff and this half is gonna be Nutella. I need a spoon. So in goes the Biscoff spread, and in goes the Nutella. And now grab your electric mixer again, and you're just gonna whisk these in until they're fully combined. Perfect. I'm just gonna give these a little rinse because I don't wanna mix it in with this one. Okay, nice and clean, and now we're just gonna whisk this one until combined. Okay, amazing. So I'm just gonna set these these aside while we whip the cream, which is gonna be our topping. So I'm gonna be using elm leaf for our topping, but double cream or heavy whipping cream is absolutely fine as well. I just like this because it's really hard to overmix and it means you can get quite a nice, like silky smooth finishing. So, finish. You guys know what I'm saying. So pour that into a bowl. Also, if you don't have as many bowls as I do, then you can always layer your cheesecake and wash the one bowl in between each rather than using 3 different bowls. It is a little bit of washing up making this one because you have to do each layer separately, but it's worth it, I promise. Now we're gonna whisk our cream to soft peaks, not stiff peaks today. And I'm gonna be using my electric mixer to do that again. But again, if you don't have one, you can do it by hand. It's just gonna take a little bit longer. Okay, perfect. So they are nice soft peaks. So we're gonna bring everything back and we're gonna put it together. Okay, so everything is ready to assemble. So I'm gonna start with our Nutella cheesecake because I think that's gonna give the best layering effect because we're gonna have our Lotus Biscoff base, then we're gonna have our Nutella cheesecake, then we're gonna have our Biscoff cheesecake, then we're gonna have our whipped cream topping. So it's gonna give a nice color situation, do you know what I mean? And then we're going to top it off with Lotus Biscoff biscuits. So on goes the Nutella cheesecake. And we're just going to smooth this out so it's nice and even. Perfect, so that is layer 1. Now, the Biscoff cheesecake. So scoop that on. And you have to be a little bit gentle because you don't want to disturb the cheesecake layer underneath. And then just smooth that out nice and evenly. Okay, that is that layer done. So, final layer before the topping. The decoration. This is technically the topping. We're gonna add on our whipped cream. They're like fluffy white clouds, or it kind of looks like marshmallow fluff. Okay, so that looks good to me. It doesn't need to be perfect because I'm gonna finish it with a sprinkling of our Biscoff crumbs all over the top. Okay, perfect, that looks great. So this is now gonna go in the fridge for about 4 hours or overnight. I like to generally do mine overnight to make sure it's fully set. So I'll be right back. We're back, our cheesecake is fully set now, so we're gonna cut it up. So you need to remove it from the tin. This is why we have overhang on our paper. Let's just move that out of the way. And then you're gonna carefully pull down the edges. That looks great. So I'm gonna cut it into about 16 pieces. So I have my big sharp knife. There we go. Now clean your knife because you want to get nice, clean cuts. The layers came out so well. So we have a buttery Biscoff base, we have a Nutella cheesecake layer, a Biscoff cheesecake layer, and a whipped cream topping with Biscoff crumbs on the top. I'm excited to try this. That's so good. The layers all taste different, but they all work so well together. Like the topping is super creamy, the base is really buttery and crumbly, and then just the flavors of the Biscoff and Nutella together just taste so good. Okay guys, so that is the end of today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe and let me know in the comments section what recipe you'd like me to make next. See you next time, bye!